We made it! Episode 100, and if the YouTube phone application is to be trusted, also the 1,000th video on the channel. I don't know if that's actually true. It might also be counting like deleted stuff or privated videos, but either way, this is quite the milestone, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a ridiculous number of episodes, and a ridiculous number of Persona episodes.
Yeah, that's comprising minimum like 10% of everything that you can see on this channel is Persona. Which, I mean, let's be honest here, it's the greatest series I've ever done. I mean, and for this 100th episode, I think what we should do is look back on some of the greatest moments of the series.
Well, there've been a lot
Okay, no,
of
I'm not actually going to do a clip show. I'm sorry, I set that up as if I was going to do a clip show. We have bigger fish to fry, and that's fighting the not actually final boss today, even though it should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, by all rights, Shido has been established as the main villain of the series, of course. That would make the most sense.
Even though in the last episode we kind of dealt with the real, actual villain. If we're gonna be honest here, who's the one that's actually getting his hands dirty?
Yeah. Well, the actual antagonist, the actual person with a motive that we know about that isn't just. So Shido's trying to become the prime minister, which who cares? These people don't even follow the news very closely. Like they watch the news community. But they don't even care about, Shido.
Sir, we never even considered attacking a politician up to this point.
Uh-huh. This would be like if in The Dark Knight, if Batman killed the Joker, like 2/3 of the way through, and then there was just another hour of,
And then the funny thing is that we know there's more coming after this. So we're going to deal with the big bad right now, and then, I don't know, another 30 episodes.
I do want to say, in the spirit of remembrance, because this is the 100th episode, Goro is clearly the best character in the game, and though that last arc was actually pretty amazing. Like, he had a great conclusion to his character. He's a great character, and he's much better than Shido. He makes more sense. He's an actual rival. He's a villain, but he's also got, like, all the main characters are like, you complete me. You're the real, like, Phantom Thieves. You're the parallel Phantom Thieves. It just makes so much more sense for him to be the main villain. But
that's why I was originally kind of planning for that to be the 100th episode. But then I'm just like, then again, it's like this guy is kind of the big guy, isn't he?
Well, the thing is, like, the teenagers playing with this game, playing this, like, are they really identifying more with Shido as the villain? Like, he's literally, it's this classic ace detective. He's the classic villain.
Yeah, it's such a weird decision on the part of. I really thought that Shido was going, or not Shido. I mean, I really thought that Goro was going to be the final, like, he was going to transcend Shido's like control and become the villain of the game past this point. But it doesn't seem like that's gonna be what happens. So this is just, it's weird. It's
like,
just, there's a lot of weird decisions here.
It feels like we're already in the epilogue, and even though we know that there's going to be another 20 to 30 episodes after this, like, we know for a fact.
And then there's going to be even more episodes. I mean, the only thing we know is that Morgana has been having dreams about seeing a shadow of himself, I guess presumably in the depths of Mementos, but... And then there's Mementos. Mm-hmm. These are the only things we're going off of right now. I guess unless Shido's able to, like, shrug off the whole change of heart deal, but that would be, catastrophic for the Phantom Thieves, because what else are they going to do at that point in time?
Oh, no, they didn't get to reveal the identity of that cowardly man.
No, don't worry, they're not going to. Yeah, by the way, the English version of this scene does have more subtitles, and that guy said, hey, come on, it was just getting good. And, wait, that's his title? Okay, sure, whatever. Yeah, a totally real title held by a politician.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't make it a real title. I mean, that would make it potentially relevant. Yeah, just show that there's a cat, and
I like this. It's just like, so they're like a bunch of teenagers, and is that a small child in a cat costume? Wait, These are the Phantom Thieves? What the hell? They let a small child be part of their group?
Yeah. Or maybe a stupid cat thing. I don't know.
Also, they look like real jabronis. But I mean, well, what else would you look like?
Yeah.
Thanks, Ryuji.
And this is, yeah, they're gonna, yeah, of course, the reveal, and it's like, oh wow, he's still alive?
Holy Christ, he's actually speaking.
Oh yeah, that is actually surprising.
Also, you know, Futaba, I like that, you know, you started out with the Phantom Thieves logo and everything, but did you have to immediately start using the Alibaba logo instead? You know that's not actually our logo, right?
Yeah.
Like, I thought you gave up on that when you... well, it is her plan.
Yeah.
You know, we have, like, branding to keep up, and now we got this stupid cat thing in the mix. Everybody's going to think of us with the stupid cat thing. It's not even because of Morgana this time.
That reveal, like, compared to everything in the Goro saga, was completely underwhelming and disappointing. I mean, like, no offense.
At the same time, I'm just glad they're doing stuff.
Yeah, I guess they actually have a plan. I mean, really, that is
The hell of low expectations and all that.
It's such a minimal standard. Like, they're actually doing stuff. The characters are acting like characters. It's amazing.
Yeah, they made like a big public announcement that wasn't just sending out an anonymous card to somebody. It feels, and you know, it took them like 3 months, but they finally respond to the fact that they executed Ray Kroc live on television.
Yeah, they just haven't really even acknowledged that until now. Like, and why didn't they do that 3 months ago? Like, why didn't they do that a week or less after?
They did not know that Goro would have murdered them at that point in time.
I suppose, yeah, they didn't really know what was going on, but they could have released a statement saying that we're not responsible. We don't know who did this, but we're looking for it. Like that would at least...
Goro would have killed them, but they didn't know that at the time.
Well, they could have. They didn't have to reveal themselves, though. They could have just said, like, we're releasing this statement, we can control the airwaves. Now, the Phantom Thieves are not responsible. We're looking for the man who did this, or the group that did this. That would have...
Finally, we get to see what Shido looks like as a shadow, and although you can't quite see exactly what it is, yep, he is a total jabroni. Never actually appeared in the dungeon. That's hasn't happened up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Why would she was gone by the time he was assassinated. Everybody saw that.
Yeah. Well, they think
you guys read the script.
Well, maybe she faked the body death or something. She was working with the Kishi or whatever. Or
I mean, she did haul out the body, which is to say the live main character, but I don't... Like, I guess we didn't really see that. He was passed out at the time. Oh, my heart's changing. And you thought that whole thing that I did not know this was going to happen when I was doing that stupid joke. And here we are. It's like, oh man, it's the classic. Oh, the Phantom Thieves changed my heart excuse.
Yeah.
Come on, you could come up with something better than that.
Yeah. Now, have we established whether, is Akechi dead? Like, do we know that he's dead?
Well, in the very start of the episode, main character was just like, well, Futaba said there were no readings on the other side of the gate there, and we did see him in a duel with Shido's perception of himself.
So we haven't seen him we haven't seen his body, so
until we see a body, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, assume he's alive.
I think that because, you know, after we destroy the palace, we ain't gonna see a body.
I suppose, but doesn't he still exist in the real world?
No, if you... No, you don't like astrally project into. You actually do physically go into the palace.
Oh, okay. There you go. Okay.
It's like, yeah, I don't think. I guess that is something we have never actually seen. Like, what happens when somebody dies in the metaverse? Do they get like spit out?
Yeah, like,
or are they just lost in the collective unconscious?
Spit out a la being John Malkovich.
Yeah. Where it's like even if you get murdered in there, your body still at least gets like spat out.
Or
somewhere.
do you get trapped a la being John Malkovich?
Yes. Which is what a movie.
Are you
speaking of like entering palaces and everything?
Are you Sujiro Sakura? They say as they've already entered his cafe and have been searching it for several minutes.
Yeah. As maybe they're just very interested in coffee.
Yeah.
And also have no sense of personal space.
Yeah.
They're not upstairs, but we did see a gigantic Phantom Thieves flag on the wall. I mean, whatever. They already knew. Man, he's just totally on board with the Phantom Thieves at this point.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to happen, but, you know.
I mean, I get like that his kids are part of that, but they haven't. I mean, he did murder Ray Kroc live at Bella. I mean, they did. Like they have.
Well, he knows that they didn't at this point. Those guys were clearly not like official police. They were like, you know, closer to probably like the cleaner guy that we saw in the last episode.
The shadow police.
The goons.
The deep state shadow police.
Yes, of course. Is it? Could it possibly be true? Well, I mean, maybe we'll have more than 3% of people believing that we're not murderers at this point in time.
Yeah.
Now that we made any sort of... Oh, it takes them so long to do... Well, at least they're finally doing stuff. It just took them so long to just be like, yo, we didn't actually murder Ray Kroc. We didn't actually execute Ray Kroc live on television. Why are they all standing here? What's the point of that?
Yeah, why are they standing in the same... Presumably the exact same configuration?
In the middle of Shiba. Don't you think Shido looks like a criminal? What a weird comment to make. He's also bald and has a perpetually scowling look on his face.
Also, the guy who just delivered the opening in that statement is just loudly talking about that bastard Cheeto.
Look, if they can't see the cat, they can't hear these guys. I don't know. They're standing in the middle of like Shiba, and it's like, what?
So they can't see the cat at all, or he just looks like a normal cat?
Okay, if you saw a cat sticking out of somebody's bag as they were walking around,
I think, oh, that's a cat lover. I don't really, cat person.
I'd be like, that's a very well-trained cat, but I would also be like, I'll take a picture of this.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Put it on social media, and then bam, Goro comes a knocking.
Also, I like, again, just we don't have any choice in deciding whether what we're doing against the will of 97% of people.
Have we ever acted outside of the scope of justice? Yes.
Yeah.
The scope of self-preservation is more the question you should be asking.
Listen, it was completely just to murder Ray Kroc live on television.
Hey, people don't really like what we're doing. Do you think that's okay to just let mass murderer Masayoshi Shido go free?
No, I understand. No, yeah.
I mean, the public opinion is kind of against us right now. You know, even though he has murdered a lot of people, and he still continues to, and clearly plans to, apparently, figuratively sink the entire country and leave just a small group of people that he considers the elite to be the only ones that have any power or wealth or anything like that. Are we really doing the right thing?
Well, I mean, the other thing is, okay, so they have like 3% of the population on their side. They're just completely, they're not solving this with democratic means. They're just overthrowing the government, basically. Like the presumptive next prime minister. They're just going in. And yeah, of course he deserves to die. He's evil.
That's why we're on the side of Yoshida, noted communist leader.
Yeah, of course, comrade.
The comrade Yoshida. Yeah, I heard there was a rumor. I mean, it wasn't like a live broadcast where Ray Kroc just got totally dead. I swear, they did not plan for him to die.
Yeah, they really, it's one of those things where I'm trying to like talk it through, and it's like, it doesn't make any sense, like the way that they're reacting to that. So it apparently cost them all their popularity, but never comes up. Like, how does that make any sense?
How does that make any sense? I'll say goodbye to the pamphlets. We gotta go deal with Shido.
There's only one pamphlet, and we got it already.
And it's in our heart.
Yes. And now we're gonna change Shido's heart.
By showing him the pamphlet.
It'll show him the error of his ways.
By the way, guys, nice job getting rid of the hazy version of the treasure when we were coming in here. Yet again, another one of those fun little... How do you make that sort of mistake? Because that makes it seem like we didn't actually make the treasure appear. Hey, Shido. You look like significantly less of a jabroni than when we were looking at you before.
Yusuke is the worst person to reveal this. He just does not have any charisma.
Oh, he was my son? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, you should view this as a tragedy just for narrative reasons.
At the same time, it's just like he didn't really have too much control, and also we're not telling the real Shido. We're telling his, ego, basically.
Yeah, I suppose it's the whole classic, like, they're happily confessing everything they've ever done.
Besides, it's like, since when has Shido ever cared about anybody in his entire life? At least as far as we've seen.
Right, but like...
We have not seen that much of Shido, to be honest.
Yeah, and why not just make him, like, why not make this the big, make him have this be an event that makes him go crazy. Like, no, my son, it's not fair.
We just haven't seen enough of Shido to even get a sense that he would be that sort of person. Because up to this point, it has mostly been the police director guy who's been doing all the heavy lifting, and Shido we've seen on television at best.
Also, I love that Haru is, like, going after Shido for, like, killing her dad, even though Goro was, like, more directly responsible, and she said basically nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, we can't forget that it's just like Goro both killed Futaba and Haru's mother, and they're pretty quick to forgive that because they just place the blame on Shido.
Yeah, which is a little bit like, yeah, I get it, he's just a kid, but, like, he set the events in motion. Like he was
also the one that instigated them in the first place, being like, "Hey, Shido, I'm the guy that can do this." It's not like Shido was, it searched him out and then forced him into that life or anything.
Yeah, and I just love
Staircase
that,
of Sin.
Yeah, and they're just like insulting Shido, but they didn't go after Goro. So are they really against criminals, or are they just against people who are old and bald?
I mean, they are definitely that. I don't know, it's the same thing that I was talking about before with Madarame, where it's just like, Madarame did some shit, but it's like not... I still think that's such a thing where it's like there's no forgiveness or empathy in the hearts of the Phantom Thieves, except for one time for Goro.
Yeah, and that's only because they like him.
That's also a line. Also, this entire speech, really, I would highly recommend going and watching the cutscene before the Senator Armstrong fight in Metal Gear Revengeance. It's very similar, but also significantly better. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
Making the mother of all omelets, Jack. Can't fret about a few eggs.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, then Raiden saying that?
Yeah, exactly. You're a disgrace to Japan.
All right.
We will take your deranged heart.
Why not say something like, we'll snatch the deranged heart directly from your chest or something if we want to be really threatening?
Yeah. Or from Hell's heart. Yeah.
Yeah? Maybe we can... Why would we want to? But at the same time, whatever. Let's be honest here.
Let's be honest, they would probably have taken this early in the game, and honestly, the only reason they won't take it now is because they've established him as a villain. It's not
also, the answers were no and no. Actually, the answers were, once again, two sentences that could come right after each other as one line. I get the metaphor.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is pretty
just
cool.
A bunch of main characters. That's weird. Since he has a magic super mind palace, that's when.
Come on, Makoto. Like.
Yep, that's good.
This is like the second time in as many episodes that Makoto has just been completely baffled by the concept of a palace.
That happens when you join the Phantom Thieves.
Yeah.
How we got like a zip wire and everything. Whatever.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's do this, baby. Final boss, not actually final boss fight. Let's go. Yeah, and you were wondering where like the lower deck people were. It's like, well, there we go, baby. Hell yeah. That's some good shit.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's main character. He's the one who's the real victim here,
He's
not
the real
Futaba, who had her mother die, not, Haru, who had her father die, not Makoto, who nearly had her mother assassinated, not like Yusuke or everybody else that had their lives ruined by him and actually had family members die. You pushed him down one time, and he had you arrested. He's the real victim. Anyway, time to push this guy down once again for the final time.
Uh-huh. And also I love that Ryuji's comeback, so he's like, that bastard, he's getting up on a platform and getting ready to battle us in single combat. Like, I mean,
Persona 5 for you.
Just getting outraged that, the main villain is getting on a stage and fighting them on that stage.
Should have just been like, Jesus Christ, that's the hat that he thinks of himself wearing as a leader.
Yeah.
That's what you go. I mean, I get the cape, sure. I even get like the epaulettes and everything, but that hat.
Look, I'm not gonna give Ryuji shit for not understanding. Like these people
for not understanding fashion. Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is a really cool.
It is called the Beast of Human Sacrifice, and I mean, you get it.
Oh, yeah, no, I think it's kind of a nod to Hobbes' Leviathan, where it's just the sovereign is a bunch of people, but whatever.
That might actually be what inspired that.
Uh-huh.
To be honest, we've made this observation before, but the art designers definitely know what they're doing.
Yes.
So, this guy, entirely immune to physical attacks, only vulnerable to elemental attacks. And the entire strategy with this battle here, which is why I have Haru instead of Makoto, as I would usually do, is it's different because Shido's powerful. Like, Shido's not just powerful, he is way more powerful than anything I can throw at him, which is why I'm immediately throwing it right back at him.
Mm-hmm.
The entire battle that I'm doing right now, the major strategy is actually to throw on reflecting shields for the most part.
Okay.
Basically, I'm having him. I'm not pushing him over. He's pushing himself over.
Yeah, which works in like the literary sense. Just okay.
Also, it works in the literal sense.
No, I mean the literary sense, where you're defeating a leader by having him, topple himself through his own hubris.
Yep.
His own power.
Also just, it also like literally works because
Psych
would have a very extremely hard time with this fight otherwise.
Yeah, okay.
Like my attacks, like look at this attack. It does like 133. I think when he attacks himself, it does like 700.
Uh-huh.
So like I would run out of SP before I was even able to take Shido down.
Mm-hmm.
Although even right now, I'm trying to be at least somewhat conservative with it because, oh man, this is the not final boss battle. Be a little bit careful. I'm also utilizing Persona, that same Persona that I've been using, Akihabara, which is Arahabaki? No, that's whatever. The big clay doll that has physical reflection, but it also has Makara-Karn, which reflects magic attacks as a skill on it.
Also, the main reason Haru is here is to fall repeatedly and apologize to Haru apologize to Shido for her mom.
Yeah, I saw you posted a comment in the last episode.
Oh, her dad. Yeah, her dad.
Jesus. Yeah, I saw you post in the last episode.
Yeah, thank you.
Like, how come you get to have a dead dad?
Yeah.
Never be able to live my dream like this. No, but Haru also does have both of the reflect magic and reflect physical skill, and that's why she's here. She's actually like quite a good combatant because of that. Just on the highest level of difficulty, as it turns out, the bosses are going to do way more damage than I will on average.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And one of the things I start using here finally is the elemental skill items, which I haven't really been using too much up until this point because they do a consistent amount of damage, 150 in this case. It's just, Shido's so goddamn powerful that 150 is actually more than I'll be doing on average with a lot of my attacks. All right, let's go.
Wow.
Opposite of last time. Now it resists all elemental attacks, but it can be open being physically attacked.
Yeah, that is a wild, like, this just gets weirder and weirder.
This is a good fight. I like it a lot. And I like, kind of like the non-lateral approach to it. Going for, like the reflect build. Because it's something that, of course those skills have a huge, enormous SP cost, but it's worth it. Considering this is the not final boss.
We only have about 30 to 40
It's
episodes.
such a final boss. Why?
Yeah. No, this is Bowser. This is Ganondorf, right? This
Ganondorf wishes he could have a gigantic lion made out of people.
That's true.
Probably not the hat, though. That hat is still really dumb.
You do beat Goro with the mirror shield, though.
Well...
Or not Goro, fucking
Shido.
Ganondorf.
Like,
No, I'm talking Ganondorf specifically.
no.
Yeah,
Well,
you
beat him by waving around a fishing pole, so he was distracted.
Oh.
Or waving a bottle in front of his face until all of his beams that he's shooting out are reflected back at him.
Is that how these like hack strategies that you could do?
Yeah, they always have some weird, goofy way to take down Ganon ever since, like, I think Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
It's more of the, like, meme fight, but it is still definitely a way you can do it. Yeah, I'm just like, he does have a lot of resistances, but let's take out Thor instead. You know who's cool? Thor. Remember when I also beat him by having him all his attacks reflected back at him? That's a late game strategy, I guess. God damn it, Mona. Alright. Look, he's not super good at choosing who to hit with each one of his skills, which is only working out in my favor. Let's just say that right now. Also, Haru does have some pretty hefty gun damage, and that also has like a high chance for critical, although I'm not entirely sure you can get a critical against Shido, because I don't think it happened once, despite using the high critical skill over and over in this fight.
It makes sense that Haru would have that much power because her interest is like a gardener. She likes to garden, so she gets some bell peppers or some tomatoes and onions, get a whole stew going. I guess that doesn't make sense. Right?
Tomatoes and onions is more like a chili.
Yeah, why would she have guns?
She got like super gun, she got super psychic power, and she also has elemental and physical reflect shields.
That's right. That's right. She was granted superhuman powers by her dad dying live on television. It's like, despite being kind of like a nothing character, she's actually shockingly powerful, and I should be using her more, to be honest. Yeah, but she's such a nothing burger, even more than the main character.
The other thing is that like Makoto has the rank 10, so she will actually dive in front of main character if he's about to get killed by an attack, which is kind of important for something that does this much damage. The Tomb of Human Sacrifice.
Okay, these just keep getting weirder and weirder.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just and look, the top of the pyramid has Shido's dumb hat on and everything.
Yes. That did not go unnoticed.
It's like this is this is like some bizarre Gantz design, and I'm all for it. And also, holy Christ, it's really starting to resist stuff. This is again where the whole like reflect build comes in.
Also, just want to point out, I mean, the pyramids themselves were built by slaves. I don't think that's a coincidence that this is
Absolutely. The designers know what they're doing.
Yes.
They know what they're doing.
Like, this is just like, this just, you know, it's in your face about it. It's like, look, you know, the strong are built on the weak. Are built on, yeah.
That cannon fire is apparently almighty damage, because that went right through the brush thing that I threw on main character there. I guess I'm glad that he has enough resistance and enough health in general to actually at least weather one hit. Jesus.
Wouldn't it make more sense for Haru's skills to be like hamburger kind of stuff, like the, you know, the Ronald McDonald style, like he just has a, you know, hamburger or a big.
Well, we all know that Ronald McDonald is an accomplished psychic.
Yes, from is that from the Toho games?
No, that's actually from the McDonald's land lore.
Oh,
the Fry
okay.
Guys taught it to him.
Oh yeah.
By the way, yeah, the whole thing about like 150 damage actually being a pretty substantial amount of damage. I'm doing like 110 right now. The items actually really are worthwhile, and I should have been using them more if I didn't have like 3 of them in total.
Are the items really hard to get?
I guess they don't really appear too often. Anyway, the other thing I threw on Haru was Kanashiro's Will Seed item, which is just like big defense, and I feel like at this point in time I probably need it. Yeesh. Of course, Shido also, at least in the earlier parts of the battle, did have a nasty tendency of just stripping me of all my buffs. So, you know, I was sort of hesitant about using it, but whatever. This maybe as a giant pyramid, he's not as interested in doing that. Yeah, I need the attack up, which again, I'm worried about having all my buffs stripped. Let's throw a few more on them to get the AI to really want to get rid of all those. Yeah, here I'm looking around. It's just like, do I have anything? Well, I actually do have quite a few. I have more than I thought. Like, but 5 is still not that much. It's still more damage than I've been doing. Oh, great.
It's charging on.
It's already been doing like 90% of my health in a single hit. This is great.
Probably needs
Well, okay, Morgana, you're the sacrificial character here. In fact, everybody except for main character. That's how we play the video game.
Yes, sorry. Oh, the main character
I already
is the real,
threw on the golden hit.
The main character is the real victim. You know?
Yeah, he is. No, don't forget. Everybody else had their 3 of our party members had their parents die directly on the orders of this man, but main character who got arrested after assaulting him, he's the real victim. Unique animations too. Never really get to see those anywhere else. Anyway, yeah, main character is the only one. Oh, what? You give me an extra turn for that? Come on, I could have at least gotten some more damage out there then. There's no way. There's no way that I would. I don't even know what I was trying. I actually did a decent amount of damage, but still. So even on top of the whole Kaneshiro thing, I also threw up the even more defense. I don't think it works like that, but he's just mostly dropped his defenses, I suppose. Oh, that actually wasn't that bad at all.
Okay, it looked like a lot worse, but yeah, no.
Like, Haru and Ryuji both dodged it, which, wow, what are the chances? and main character only took about half his health, which is less than I was taking from the regular cannon fire.
Yeah.
So, less impressive than I... Like, yo, the Big Bang Burger and the Sinojima stuff, those are killing me even through defending.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's where I have to admit. Before this fight, this might have been the first time that I upgraded my equipment in 50 hours. So that might also have something to do with it, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? It's like, you know, hey. One could say that it could be the result of anything. Yeah. I also actually plan to put like accessories on my characters for once and every. Yo, even on the hardest difficulty, Persona 5 is not a very difficult game. Just say that right now.
How many tries did this take you? Is this the first try?
3 or 4.
Okay. It's not bad.
It's like it is a lengthy fight.
Yeah.
It's like there's multiple forms, as you can see, and they each got like their own weaknesses and strengths and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is not the last form.
Oh, for the not final boss, you know it's not. I mean, I think we all saw that coming, though.
Yeah. But it is pretty wild because these are already like 3 of, this is one of the more difficult bosses in the game. And maybe,
absolutely.
And it's like it's already gone through 3 different phases. Mm-hmm. With different resistance patterns.
And I already used like my Mega Elixir, the only other one that I had, and everything like that.
You're using the Master
I'm actually
Ball.
going through a lot of my items right now.
This is the Mewtwo fight.
Basically. Well, except you're not throwing literally 100 Pokeballs at it because you used the Master Ball getting a Pikachu or something.
That could never happen.
How are you supposed to know? You only get 1.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't really... I think
and you're supposed to use it on him.
I think I wasted mine on like Zapdos or something, which is not a bad, Pokemon.
No, that's not a bad option. I think I actually did use mine on Mewtwo, but
yeah,
I also think that people basically told me to do that.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because like you can use like dozens of Ultra Balls on these legendary Pokemon, and they just won't
and
work.
it's like less than a 1% chance of catching.
Yeah.
Even at low health and everything.
That game had some flaws.
No, really. The Game Boy had no memory protection at all, so things could get wacky.
Of course, but the Cinnabar Island stuff that's all right.
Mm-hmm. Missing though is still an enduring part of like video games to this day, so I can appreciate it for that. Gasp. It's like, okay, yes, of course. Cheeto did directly, he might not have directly killed many of the party members' parents and everything. But it's like, at least this guy actually put his hands on him, and being such a prideful character, I can believe that he would take this as more of an affront than anybody else in this entire group.
Yeah, it is funny that he remembers that. And again, we're treating it like the real victim is the main character. How stupid is that? The rest of the team should not be like that, but I can imagine Shido being like that because, hey, you're that guy that pushed me down. Yeah, I still remember that. Yeah. Well, he only got to have live out the fantasy of being a hero to millions of people and getting superpowers and literally going into a mind palace of villains and getting every teenage fantasy about being a hero. He got to live out. Yeah. And oh wow, he's the real victim because the person who sent him into that situation is as opposed to killing...
No, he still has a real chip on his shoulder for Shido. Hell fucking yes!
Wow.
I told you this was going to be one hell of a fight. And also the Senator Armstrong comparisons that I was making before are even more apt here.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with this, Senator.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love this fight. This is so good.
This is so ridiculous. Careful, those muscles aren't just for show. Thank you.
Why would they be?
Thank you, Futaba.
Yeah. Why even start out having the big dumb spiky helmet if this, again, is what he looks as himself as being Prime Minister?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a dumb, amazing fight.
Honestly... Yeah, why not just have him look like this to begin with, but he just never has taken off his shirt? Instead they made him, really, weak and wimpy looking. I guess that does establish him.
Whatever, I love this.
Yeah,
this actually bumps up the game an entire grade for me.
Really?
It's this so... I fucking love... This is, one of my favorite fights in JRPGs, as of right now.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
It's so good. He takes off his cloak and he's covered in I don't know, box spring mattress outfit and he's super buff. He's supposed to be 53 years old by the way.
Yeah, it's kind of like
great.
He's like in his own mind, he's like a Mad Max character or something. Just way too.
Yeah,
good.
except not as lame as Ryuji.
Yeah.
Like, look at him go.
Yeah.
Oh
Shido.
man.
You know, he killed
Also,
some people.
yeah, unique music and everything too, which is pretty great.
I mean, but you know, like it does take. You know, if you want to make an omelet, I'm kind of on Shido's side. You gotta kill a few people. It's all right.
I'm gonna be real with you. After watching Shido go through all this effort, I kind of feel almost bad that it's just like these idiots are the ones to take him down.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like up to this point, everything was going so well, and in some ways, it's almost melancholic to think that it's all being toppled by main character. Look at what he's accomplished here.
Yeah,
you don't get a body like that just by legislating.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, once again, it's like Jesus Christ. He can just like down one of your characters in a single hit.
Yeah.
By the way, that move is called Tyrant's Fist, which is pretty great.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, unique music. So that's also even another point.
I can't hear the music.
I would recommend looking it up later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you shoot him, he doesn't even react and just says, not bad. What an amazing fight.
Yeah, this rules. And the thing is, like, I wish we'd had more of Shido as an actual character instead of this distant villain. I mean, it's just like, you know, this whole reveal is great, but it would have been nice to see, like, here's Shido as an actual character, not just as, like, this politician denouncing the Phantom Thieves. That's such an
There's where the reflecting thing comes in, by the way. But yeah, I totally agree too, though, because it's just like, to be honest, Shido, he's obviously like the big villain. He's been a villain in the background, but he does not come anywhere close to Goro, basically.
Yeah. And when he's denouncing the Phantom Thieves, he comes off as like, you know, he's obviously a piece of shit. Like he
generically evil.
From the opening scene in the game, we've established that. But his speeches are also kind of like dry and generic politician speak. It's like, even when he's denouncing the Phantom Thieves, he's doing so in these, you know, overly, like, you know, we must preserve the legitimate order of, you know, society and stuff. It's like, that's fine, but give him a little bit of a twist where it's like, you can kind of hear the malice in his voice. And I don't think they ever really did that. It could be a translation.
And we never really got to see too many. I mean, we got to see so many scenes of like the police director being like evil asshole. It's like, why couldn't we give like at least Shido? We got a couple, but like only in this story arc alone.
Yeah.
And it's like, if only he was like, you know, I don't know. I never really got the feeling that he really believes too much in his own beliefs of just like, oh, we're gonna like make this the best country in the world.
Yeah.
And it's just like we could just say go and watch the cutscene for Senator Armstrong again.
Yeah.
There was a point where they just play like a football, like a stadium cheering noises for no reason during that cutscene.
That's awesome. But yeah, like, have Goro, have Shido be like a continual antagonist, not just as like an abstract politician, but like have him personally stymie the Phantom Thief plans again and again. You know, do the princess in another castle thing where he's, you know, completely undoing all the progress that they're making, completely making them look like the villains over and over and over again, instead of like, you know, the Medjed plot.
Like Goro.
Yeah, like, and
it's
Goro
like,
it worked because
split up the characters. Have Goro be standing behind him, being like, "Yeah, you go, Dad."
Yeah, you're my best friend.
Like that would be. This would be a. God, if we got to see Goro standing behind him, being like, "It's my pops."
Yeah, have Shido have a mug with #1 Dad.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. But unfortunately, yeah, we need to have like more of an actual combo. God, I would love to see Goro just like, you know, through their hatred of the Phantom Thieves, make up with his dad and then like basically join forces for this fight.
That would be one of the coolest fights ever. But this is, you know, this is pretty good. Like the fighting.
This is still pretty fucking good. I still love this stupid fight. It's amazing. Yeah. He's glowing with the magic like darkness aura.
Yeah.
How can you hate this?
You can't. This is awesome.
Like, for everything we've seen in this game, we're all like the big transformations and the big monsters. Shido just takes off his shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, like he has the most ridiculous monster transformation in the game. He does like 2 or 3 of those, and then after that he's just like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna fight you. I'm gonna just
Just fuck it.
do some chin-ups, and
You all take out the real guns.
yeah.
And it's still not the actual final boss. What are they gonna do past this point? It's all downhill from here. Because there's no way that whatever's coming past this point is gonna be better than this.
Yeah, I mean it's like, well, there's another semester. I mean, we gotta resolve the Maruki and Yoshizawa arcs. That's important.
Maruki, you better have something good coming up here.
You better,
unless you take off your shirt to reveal yourself to be even larger.
Maruki could be pretty cool if they just go all out, but it's like, no, it's not going to be as cool as this. It's not going to be as cool as Goro. It's not going to be as, like, just ridiculous.
It's weird that this game became so much better in, like, the literally, like, last main story arc here.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that means that they were stalling for time, which makes it even more infuriating, actually.
God, it's just, I can definitely see it's like why people really like the game and everything if you actually play through the entire thing. It's like, yeah, if you only remember like this part of the game, hell yeah.
Yeah, like 80 hours of filler and then an amazing game, like, but why? Why did we have to do that?
It takes so little damage and everything too. This is why I had to go for the whole reflect thing, because at this point in time, his stats are out of control. When Futaba said that his muscles are not just for show, she's not being kidding.
By the way, what is Shido like saying there? Just generic, like, I don't.
Oh, like I said, when he gets hit, he's like, not bad. And otherwise, he's just like grunting and yelling and stuff.
Not bad, kid.
It is. This. Yep. Samael, Shido, Samael, Masayoshi. Also, by the way, I don't know if you noticed when I was first going into the palace, or any time I went into the palace, they do actually spell his name Shido with a U, which is like, more accurate to the Japanese, but in the English they drop the U because, you don't actually pronounce it.
You're talking like in Shido, like at the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like the his name in Japanese, if you're going to do like a romanization, it would be Shidou.
Now, does that affect how we pronounce it? Does it affect how you have
slightly?
The emphasis?
But if you drop the U, if you still have the U, it's basically the exact same.
Is it like Shido, or is it just like, is it just Shido?
Shido.
Okay.
But like, you don't even Japanese pronunciation. I'm not super good at it.
Oh, okay.
Let's just say that. But I just find it interesting that, yeah, they do have, like, English romanization of stuff in Persona 5 on occasion, and that's a thing that changes from the English to Japanese version, even though it's still using English text. That's it.
Now, does Haru gain any, like, is she saying anything interesting here?
No, Haru is the same character as always.
Okay.
She does not become like a different character when she puts on the map.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Episode 100, we're pulling back Dark Knight references. Anyway. Okay, so he's still got like 3 more rounds left because that's how tanky this guy is. Thankfully, it's just like...
Really? 3 more rounds?
No, probably not, but it's like, it's still... here we go. Where is it?
Again, center arm showing.
Swear to God, Shido. This fight's been going on long enough. Alright, time for the final push. Jesus fucking Christ.
I love
this fight. I love this fight so much.
I love that, like, Futaba is like, he's even stronger now.
It's a full health bar again. Jesus Christ, it's so stupid. I love it. I absolutely adore this dumb fight.
Futaba is like, you know, her whole contribution is to be like a commenter on the ground, like looking up at Godzilla saying, he's so much stronger.
And it's like he just took off the bindings and now he's like a big monster, like Baki the grappler character.
Why did he have the bindings on to begin with? Just so he could take them off.
God, what a good ass fucking fight.
Yeah. And this
unfortunately, it is just like, yeah, we got like an entire whole round here to go. Except now we can do stuff like this. Thankfully, everybody had a barrier on him. Jesus Christ.
I'm large,
oh my
Shido.
God.
I'm large, Shido.
That's right. The Shido becomes the bigger Shido.
He's so large. He's so large.
Also, unlike most cartoon characters in most media, you'll find Shido does in fact have nipples. That's a rarity.
He doesn't have what?
He does have nipples.
Oh, yes.
You can see his nipples, which is just, I don't know. I struggle to think, not even just in anime, but like in any cartoons, where anything where characters have nipples. Like, that's just, that has nothing to do with anything. I just find it funny.
That's quite, yeah. All right.
Oh my God.
This is your 1000th video. This is the culmination of all you've done. It's like,
this is the culmination. You might not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. By the way, his name now is True Shido.
That rules.
True Shido Samael Masayoshi.
What is Samael?
And he's just sitting there posturing the entire time.
What does Samael mean?
Every character, every one of the bosses up to this point has some sort of like a demonic name. Like Kamoshido was Kamoshida as Modius Suguru.
I see. And Samael, I think is that like an angel?
The venom of God.
Okay.
So, you know. That face.
Yeah, no, I know.
Holy Christ.
That is the embodiment of nothing personal, kid.
It's the embodiment of peak performance. You might not like it. You might actually despise it. But this is, in fact, again, for a 53-year-old, he's doing pretty good for himself.
Yeah, he's not doing bad.
Oh, my God. Anyway, yeah, this... Again, I'm almost out of SP on every one of my characters again. And this was after using a Mega Elixir. The only one I had. This is one hell of a fight, even outside of just, like, the entire looks of it and everything.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's not the final boss.
It doesn't make sense. This is like if you just had a form of Bowser who had, like, 8 different stages. This feels like one of those ridiculous bosses with like 22 stages or something on like Toho or something, and it's just like...
Oh, by the way, when he makes that fist, it makes just the most horrible cracking noise. It's like it sounds like he is literally breaking his hand when he's charging that up.
Well, he probably is. This is True Shido.
It is True Shido.
Maximum power. That wasn't armor. It was restraints.
And now he's got to take a round off where he just is like, oh man, that hurt.
Man, I'm ripped.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm getting kind of tilted here, guys. Just give me a second. Anyway, that's my face the entire playthrough of Persona 5. Actual image of Dr. Inferno Firebird playing Persona 5. That's what I want it to look like. Alright, yeah, I guess Haru needs to be protected more than anybody else. She's got all the barriers.
Uh-huh.
Alright, come on, Shido. We've had a lot of fun here, but it's like, just give me the damn treasure already. Yeah. No, it's my first set of weights. Like, I knew it! God, I'm so low on SP,
Yeah,
and
no
I'm
one
like
even
almost
agrees.
out of any sort of healing items too.
Is there a point where you could just you have to just attack him like with physical attacks with 0 SP?
Yeah, pretty much that's what happens, and all like the big physical attacks use HP to do, so it is not a good alternative. And now he's charging up.
Well, because he's not.
It's a good thing that again I got Tetra card on everybody.
What is?
Like look at the attack. It's the far left one. I guess if you haven't been paying attention to the Japanese lessons throughout the series.
I don't know a word of it.
Yeah. All right, come on. I keep putting on like the increased evasion, increased defense, and everything, even though I am largely protected from most of the attacks, because he will just kind of like throw out an almighty attack occasionally, and that will go through the reflection barriers. Like I said, not strong against anything, not weak against anything, and he's going for it. Okay, there we go. It's just like, once again, he's his own worst enemy, which is the only way I was going to win this.
You bastard! I won't let you have this.
1-on-1, baby. Let's go. Come on and slam.
I'm assuming Futaba is just like, yeah, he's so powerful. How are you gonna fight him by yourself, Joker?
That's a good question. And the answer is I won't. He'll fight himself.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how we doing, baby.
Yeah, the only person who deserves my wrath is me.
Which is good, because I have the correct setup for it. Jesus Christ, it's such a good boss fight.
Yeah, this is
He's like 1000% Toguro levels right
yeah,
now.
I was just that's funny. I was just gonna say Toguro. Yeah, this reminds I'm only at 85% of my true power.
Exactly. All right, Cheeto, let's go.
I will not stumble over mere minutia like.
At least his belt's still kept up throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
Now he's going full on like tiger stance and everything too.
The only form he has left is just to go completely nude.
That would be amazing. I don't think that would pass, you know.
Yeah, no.
Yes, RB.
These jeans are a harness.
And bam. Needless to say, it's just me casting the reflect skill over and over. Like I said, I'm not going to push him down. He's going to push himself down.
Yeah.
With his own gigantic fist.
This is the ultimate. Me.
Chaos control.
Yeah. All his animations are so fucking good.
It's so ridiculous. Oh, man. Once again, bumps this game up an entire letter grade for me.
Yes.
To a D.
There we go, yeah.
Okay. He didn't actually attack me with like a... It was just a charge up, so I kept my shield. Hey, there's that mindfulness thing from Maruki coming in. Right in the clutch.
The science.
And it is literally the fist that does him in. Take that, Shido.
Oh, I'm too powerful even for me.
No, he's getting right back up. Okay, no, not really.
Yeah, no.
It's like, no, we're not going for another round.
Another.
We're not literally doing the Toguro thing.
Yeah.
And there we go. Best fight in the game. I have no fucking idea what is going to happen past this point now.
Shut up, Mikoto. Shut up, Ryuji.
Yeah, shut up, Ryuji. It's like, Jesus Christ. Thanks. That makes us all worth it.
Yeah. I acknowledge that I incriminated you on false charges. On the other hand, I don't apologize for killing all your parents.
Oh, no, absolutely not. That was necessary. It's like, really?
That was all part of my plan. Yeah. I was a little bit petty when I did that, though, and I deserved, I stepped over the line with that.
Look, I'll admit it. At least he's having a good disposition about the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Once again, I do feel kind of bad that it's just like this guy who, up to this point, has been just completely untouchable. So many plans being ruined today. It has to be the Phantom Thieves that did it. Who, up to this point, were mostly just kind of like giant tools being used by each one of the villains of the week.
So I feel like this is added. So this only makes sense in the context of the Royal, right?
急激に起こりますからよほどの運がない限り逃げおせないでしょうただ認知の世界を故意に消すには生命活動自体を止めるしかありませんつまりこれは一時的に死ぬ薬ですどうしてもリスクが何でもいいよこせああこれで奴らも終わりなんと無茶な何かあればすぐに搬送を
Yeah, he steers the country, we know.
Yeah. Why a wheel? And it's for a ship?
Yeah, it's the same thing you said all the way back then.
Also, shut up,
Anyway,
man.
you took the
didn't
death
help out.
drug.
Makoto didn't help out. Yusuke didn't help out. You're all useless.
Well, Makoto helped out, just not in this fight.
Yeah, I suppose.
We had to bring in Haru, but you know.
But yeah, pretty cool fight.
All right, pretty cool fight, and it only was ended at the. I lost all of my speaker decided to not stop working. Oh yeah, this is one of those parts where the whole stage play thing really shows more than ever. It's just like, oh man, we gotta get out of here. Let's stand around talking.
Yeah.
Yo, we really gotta go. Yep. Think you'd be running this entire time or something. I don't know. This scene goes on way too long.
Yeah, standing around here isn't gonna help. Yeah, we know that. We have to run.
We have to run. Yeah.
I think this is one of those where they have to have every character speak.
But there's so many characters.
Yes, I know. It's really dumb.
Yep. That's a sinking ship.
Mm-hmm.
What a great capper for the boss fight we just had.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You just beat the strongest enemy
No,
thus
it's
far,
actually
and-
the raining so hard that the water's coming inside.
Yeah. Fittingly for a Zero Escape, for the 999 episode, we're getting a Zero Escape.
Yeah, we should have made the 999 episode the first episode of that series. We're not gonna play that on. It's like 100 hours long again.
That's another. Yeah, that's a really long game. By the way, I love how huge that is. By the way, just that ship, like how big it is. Like.
Oh yeah, and like also, the whole idea of having like a big building on it, I still think is a pretty cool design.
Yeah.
All right, Ryuji, you go for it.
Yeah. Ryuji.
Sonic the Hedgehog, rolling around at the. If this wasn't the 100th episode, I would definitely be using this right here for the thumbnail.
Yeah. This is ridiculous.
What the hell is that?
Watch out!
Oh my god. What was that background? Why did it only appear for like 2 seconds?
I don't know why. This is
Also, the
ridiculous.
anime cutscene's getting some real quality going on here too. Especially pay attention to Morgana. All right. Let's go. Come on, everybody. We need to make it out of here. If only Goro told us his secrets to how to survive an exploding palace before he died.
Also, Ryuji should have fallen when he did that smile. It should have been like, oh, whoops, no, I can't hold myself with one hand.
Well, now he's gonna drop into the boat or something.
Yeah.
I think that's a plan. Oh no, Ryuji's dead.
Oh no.
Yep, he's gone.
Wow.
Damn it! Now we lost Goro and Ryuji,
Yeah.
and he was an important part of that last fight.
Yeah, two of the most important and least useless characters in the game. Well, he's pretty useless, but still. Had a good run.
In a narrative sense.
Something tells me he's not really dead, but maybe. No, they're too far gone.
He exploded.
It was a flesh wound. There's no way to go back.
Yeah, you can't go back into the magic mine palace that just exploded. Shut the fuck up, Yusuke.
Yeah, shut up, Yusuke.
Jesus Christ.
He was our fastest runner, too.
That's the greatest loss of it all.
Yeah. He was almost like, he almost ran a 100 meter. Who cares? And
He ran a mile in 4.5 minutes.
amazing. Not world class, but pretty impressive for a, at school.
He's a teenager. He's been out of practice,
Yeah. And it's just like, grieving. And it's like, he was our fastest runner.
Anyway, here he is. Apparently, it's a lot easier to survive a palace collapsing than they make it seem.
Also, what a stupid line for him to say. Why don't palaces collapse normally? What's the deal with palaces these days?
So yeah, I guess that whole thing where Goro was in Okamura's palace when it exploded, it's not actually all that impressive.
Yeah, well, it means that Goro's alive.
Unless he died in the palace because he got shot by his doppelganger.
Oh yeah, I suppose. By his cognitive science. Shut up, Dan. Yeah. You made us think we lost our fastest runner.
Now we're gonna have to finish the job. I hate anime cliches. Anyway, Ryuji's now actually dead. Yo, the Phantom... Yo, maybe Shido was right. We shouldn't be trusting the Phantom Thieves.
Yeah.
Well, that's a weird way to end that scene. Anyway, hey, what's going on with Senator Armstrong himself? Yeah? Ah, damn it, he did get his heart changed.
Damn it.
So what is the next plotline going to be?
I don't care, but we gotta do it.
We have to do it, that's true, but it's just like, I have no idea where they're going to go at this point in time. Like, we have no more villains left. That was the last one.
Yeah.
And it's like, unless he like shook it off or something, it's like, that's all we had.
We won. We beat the villain.
Yeah, that's it.
But the real villain, in my view, is society. So maybe that's what we're gonna fight next. We're gonna fight society.
Well, I mean, that is literally what Mementos represents.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, right, this whole plotline.
Oh yeah, of course. We still have that loose
I
end.
can't believe Ryuji died.
Yeah.
After he survived all of that.
Look, there's obviously something
Yeah,
happening.
we're not getting fooled by this. Nobody's fucking getting fooled by this.
Yeah, they can't. Why don't they have like normal reveals? Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay.
Like, wait, why even set this up in the first, and then do it a second time minutes? What a weird mess of an epilogue.
Yeah. Well, it's not an epilogue. I mean, it is an epilogue, but it's
Yeah,
gonna be
we're just
30
continuing on
episodes
with the
long.
fucking game.
Yes. Well, I guess everybody goes back to school. Let's all have...
Yo, straight up, we're gonna be doing a lot of social links. So I guess strap your. I don't know.
To be fair, there might
Why
be
are we
some...
continuing on with the game after this point?
Yeah.
Like we're done, but we're not.
Yep. Well, I guess we'll find out in the next... Wait. There's like a 40...
We got 50 seconds. Yeah, well, I suppose we'll have to figure out what's happening on the next episode of Persona 5Z.
Was that you? We just have to wait like usual now?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Literally, that is... What a great... Once again, what a great epilogue. Yep.
I can't wait for the results.
You move past popularity.
Yeah, let's just have a big, 3 episodes where we just talk about how we beat Cheeto and how happy we are.
Yeah. Welcome back to Persona 5, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the good part.
We got 22 days left. Yeah, there it is, yeah.